Welcome back to Real Girl Talk Podcast Radio. I am your host, Sherry Ricard. I'm bringing you weekly interviews with fascinating guests, action-packed episodes, highly relatable stories that help women reboot, regroup, and reinvent themselves in family, lifestyle, and business. And of course, always committed to keeping it real. Now let's dive in.
The loss of a loved one is a nearly universal emotional crisis. Unprocessed grief and painful feelings can be buried, leaving you to feel numb. But there is hope. Certified grief counselor, RN, and author Sherry Ricard shares her story of how to cope in her first book, Wake Up Call, A Mother's Grief Journey, after the loss of her 17-year-old son. This book, along with Sherry's other books, are available on Amazon as well as on sherryricard.com.
Today's show of Real Girl Talk is sponsored by Writer's Roadmap Master Course. This is a course with 9 modules that you will receive 21 lectures packed with valuable information, videos, PDFs, templates, and guides to show you how to write, create a dynamic book cover, format your book, launch it, publish, and of course, market it for free. So when you're just starting out and you know that you want to write a book and you don't know where to go, this is the course for you. It's going to take you from start to finish. And right now, it has just opened for a new enrollment on April 1st, ends on April 10th. And if you use Real Girl Talk 25, you'll get 25% off of this course right now during open enrollment through April 10th. Just go to www.purposetoprofits.teachable.com/courses. Again, purposetoprofits.teachable.com/courses. Put in Real Girl Talk 25 at checkout to get 25% off while it lasts in open enrollment. Hey friends, welcome back to Real Girl Talk. I am your host, Sherry Ricard, and I am thrilled to share with you what I have learned from Selena Soo. Selena Soo helps clients and students get featured in places like O Magazine, Forbes. She's landed interviews for her clients on popular podcasts and national TV shows. Many of Selena's clients have become industry leaders with 7-figure businesses. And I studied a lot of Selena's Publicity Pro and media packages, and I really want to share that with you today because I think you can take a lot from it and you can implement it in your own business and life to expand your brand, whatever it may be. You can use it for all types of branding as well as any products that you may sell. So today you're going to learn about strategies for gaining media coverage for your business, as well as leveraging the publicity to grow your audience and strengthen your credibility, which will of course boost your revenue and improve your bottom line for your business. So the media landscape has changed drastically over the last 10 years, which I'm sure many of you know. With many publicity opportunities, you now have availability for all types, whether it be TV or radio. It's just making it a lot easier than ever before to really have a spotlight on your brand and business. We have so many blogs now, podcasts, magazines, video opportunities. They're just popping up everywhere. New influencers, new niches, they're all gaining this momentum on a daily basis. So you no longer really need a pricey publicist to help you, although they can be nice if you can afford that, but you don't need it. You really can get your own name and message out there and into the world when you have a business or you just really have something that you want to promote as a brand. One of the strategies that I learned in Tips and Tricks, they're going to help you identify the right media opportunities to pursue, the best stories to share, and the most effective ways of really leveraging that publicity to grow your business. And ultimately, it will help you achieve your goal. So throughout today, you're going to learn a lot of different tips and tricks. So grab your notepad and pen and grab a cozy spot, cup of coffee, glass of wine, whatever it is, and let's get started, because today is all about choosing the best opportunity for getting your business and your message out into the world and putting yourself in the best place to attract even bigger opportunities as you begin to scale up. Maybe your spouse has a business, and this is something that you can share with them to help them leverage their business, which, let's face it, ultimately helps you, right? It's time to set your fears aside, though, and make your business visible so that you can strengthen your credibility and grow your brand. We're going to take it to the next level. If you have a business right now and you're staying stagnant, it's really time to do something different. You know what I always say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result when you really want a better result. So let's take your business to the next level. You're going to impact more people with your products and your services. So come on, let's dive in right now. You ready? So determine the right media for you. And what I mean is getting publicity is really a crucial step to increasing visibility and growth of your business. A good media feature can really help you grow followers on your social media, subscribers. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. Maybe you already have a podcast. Really, it can help you with your customers and gain your customers and your new audiences. And that is going to strengthen your credibility. So the more that subscribe to your podcast shows or to your YouTube channels, the more followers you have on social media that are actually engaging and commenting is going to help strengthen the credibility for others that are wanting to buy your products or actually buy into you as a brand. Putting yourself out there will also eliminate some fears, doubts, and challenges as an entrepreneur getting started. And maybe you're not just getting started. Maybe you're in that business. Maybe it's a side business. You work full time, you run a side business, and you're just kind of stagnant. You're thinking about throwing in the towel because you really don't know where to go. This is the show for you. And if you know someone that needs this, make sure you share it with them. Always share the love. So maybe you're feeling a little uncomfortable about pitching yourself, or you're scared to be in the limelight and making yourself visible. Look, wash it off. Just take that hand right off the shoulder, wash that off, because ultimately those people that may be judging you, or they're actually haters, they don't pay your bills, right? So the way to heaven is not through their front yard. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. Don't be scared to put yourself out there, because 9 times out of 10, the ones that are critiquing you because they're too scared to put their own selves out there as well. Maybe you think you already have enough on your plate and there's not enough time to really focus on publicity, or maybe you're wondering why your business is even at the stage that it is, and you're ready for some media attention. Maybe you just think that media attention is the right thing for you, or maybe you think that your business is at a point where it doesn't need any attention. If these fears sound familiar to you, trust me, you're not alone. I've been there, done that with my business as well and my podcast show. But it's important that you keep in mind that you're not doing things for you. You're looking at getting your work out there because there are people that really need your help. Look at it from a different viewpoint. If you have all of this knowledge to share and all of these products to share, and you're afraid to put yourself out there in fear that you're going to be critiqued, really, that's kind of a selfish act, because there are people out there that could benefit from what you have to say, what you have to share, what your knowledge power is, or maybe just the products that you have. So this podcast is going to help you move forward and impact more people through publicity. The first thing that I want you to do, and jot this down, is I want you to identify your business goals. So in order to determine the right kind of media opportunities and the type of the media that you need, you really have to get clear on what your business goals are. Perhaps that you're trying to maybe grow your email list or get more high-end clients, land a book deal, or you can actually write your own book and publish it yourself for free. I have a writer's roadmap course that teaches you how to do just that. That's huge credibility. Maybe you just are at a place where you want to sell more products, but knowing your business goals is going to help you focus on the right media and help you measure the results of your media hits. Okay. So we all want a media hit. I'm going to give you an example. If your goal is to build an email list, you may want to focus on guest posting on other people's blogs. Readers are more likely to join your email list by clicking on a link in an online article than by reading about you in a print or a magazine. So if you guest write or guest post on someone else's blog with a link, they can click there and it will go right back to your website or your social media. So I want you to take a little action here. Take just a few minutes. I want you to list 3 business goals, goal 1, 2, and 3, that you're trying to achieve by gaining publicity. Why? In other words, it's your why. Why do you want this publicity? And then we're going to talk about the Publicity Pyramid. And this is something that I learned through Selena's course and her class as well. And I'm basically giving you this information, guys, so you don't have to buy the course. But of course, you can buy her course, but I'm giving you all the good stuff right here. I'm giving you the gold on a silver platter. So the Publicity Pyramid is like this. If you'll just imagine a triangle, and that is cut into 6 horizontal sections. The Publicity Pyramid is really a step-by-step approach to help you work towards gaining publicity with a strategic approach. So we're going to talk about that. So if you look at a triangle and at the very bottom flat part, horizontal triangle, you're going to write your home base. Write your home base dash website slash blog. Then you're going to write another horizontal line, and that section may say guest post. Another section, and we're getting to the top part of the triangle, will say podcast and videos. Write that down. The next section would say magazines. The next section would say TV. And now we're at the tip of the triangle where it's speaking, books, partnerships, which would be maybe media, brands, and corporate level publicity. Now let's talk about the bottom of that pyramid, your home base. This is the foundation in your pyramid that's really important that you start right here. This is your online presence, and typically it encompasses your website and or your blog where people can find information about you and your business. If you don't have a website, your social media profile might be your home base right here. And that is completely fine if that's where you need to start. So whenever you pitch yourself to media, they're likely to Google you and come across your home base, that bottom part of the pyramid. And they're going to understand and establish who you are from that Google search. If you do not have a home base, they're less likely to view you as an authority figure within your field. And you completely understand why. There's no way to find you, right? So moving up to the next horizontal section on your pyramid is guest post, right? So that next tier in the Publicity Pyramid, after you establish your home base, this is going to be an extension of your blog, maybe a newsletter, maybe where you're sharing your business through just written word on social media. In this case, you're going to be doing the same thing, but you're going to be publishing it on someone else's website and someone else's newsletter and or maybe their blog. This is going to help you gain a huge visibility by tapping into a completely new audience that someone else has, and leveraging the brand power right here. So you're going to search for blogs which have become household names, such as Forbes, Business Insider is a good one, Mind Body Green, Thrive Global is a good one. Oh, and of course, Huffington Post is good as well. And there are so many more. Those are just some examples. These outlets rely on contributor submissions, such as yourself and myself, and it takes them, it's a lot easier to break in these types of medias right off the bat because they welcome submissions from newcomers from the outside. Guest post is it's going to really boost your credibility. It's going to help grow your email list. It's going to help with your SEO since you're usually linking back to your website if you have that on your first pyramid section at the bottom of the triangle. And then moving up from that, you're going to have your podcast and video. So the next step to powerful media are podcast. And you're listening to one right now, right? Real Girl Talk. Also video. There are new podcasts that are launching every single day. And so you have so much opportunity to be featured with your business and relatively a new business. You can break into new podcasts, old podcasts, podcasts that have big listeners, podcasts that only have a few hundred listeners. It doesn't matter. You want to get out there and you want to be heard and you want to be seen. You could be in real estate. You could be ground zero opening a boutique. It doesn't matter. This pyramid, publicity pyramid, will work for you. Many podcast hosts are often entrepreneurs themselves, just like myself. And they would love to talk to you in detail about what you're offering and how you can help people. Podcasts and videos are great, y'all. They are so good for getting out there. And if you have a business right now that's thriving and rolling and you want to teach my audience, hey, shoot me a DM, send me an email to info@sherryricard.com. One of my team members will reply to you and find out a little more information. I love guests coming on my show that have so much to share with all of my other listeners because it's all about sharing and growing, right? Build your email list because the host is going to often let you share a free gift with your audience. So make sure before you go on a podcast, you have some type of email base. I always ask my guests if they have a special gift to share or if they have a particular discount code for their products to share with my listeners. And I know you guys hear me share that over and over from different guests because I want something special to give my listeners from those individuals that come on my show. You can sell your high-end products. Podcast listeners tend to be ideal buyers and they're willing to invest in themselves because they're listening to inspirational, motivational podcasts that help them basically reboot, regroup, and reinvent themselves, whether it's in community, business, lifestyle, family, whatever it is. Also, you can jump up that pyramid to magazines. So the next level publicity pyramid is the way you're going to go with your niche into the mainstream. So mainstream is going to be magazines. Being chosen, though, to be featured in a magazine, especially a well-known one, carries a lot of prestige and it provides a huge credibility boost. Magazines only want to feature, though, top-notch experts. So getting chosen shows that you are one of the best in your field. It's huge. Additionally, many of the print magazines have been around for decades and have a huge branding audience. They have an audience that brings in so many that are looking for different brands compared to some of the online publications. So magazines tends to publish 10 to 12 issues a year, and they contain a limited number of pages. So these opportunities are very highly coveted. If you're able to reach a much broader audience through this type of media, such as a magazine, because their distribution is so widespread, you have really set yourself apart. So this is why we go up the pyramid to publicity, because this is not somewhere you're going to start. This is where you're going to work up to. The next level in the pyramid would be television. So TV, just like magazines, puts you in front of an audience of thousands or even millions, actually, and it gives you a huge credibility boost. It shows that you are widely recognized expert, that you're truly noteworthy in your products and or your services. So TV opportunities are a little harder to come by than other types of publicity. So you need to be really good on camera as well as being knowledgeable in your field. You also need to have strong sound bites because TV spots are often just a few minutes long. However, though, if you do manage to gain TV publicity, this can really, truly open a door to big opportunities for you. And if you need help being able to speak on camera, if you have that opportunity to gain television exposure, hey, shoot me a DM or an email because I have several coaches, one in particular that can help you with your media appearances. And you really want to be coached before you go on and talk about any of your products or services. You want to be really on your A game before you do that. Now we're at the very top of the pyramid, at the very point. So at the top of your publicity pyramid is a circle. So imagine a circle, and it's containing your speaking engagements, your book, any kind of partnerships that you have. So as you work your way up this publicity pyramid, more of these opportunities are going to open up for you. So an example would be like a popular guest post could become the basis for your book that you're writing right now. And what a great time to be writing. We're all quarantined. If you've ever wanted to start writing a book, when would you have a better opportunity to use your quarantine time more successfully than to start writing that book? Listen, your book can turn into huge podcast interviews, turn into ideas that you could use for a TED Talk. If you want to get on camera, the brands that you want to represent as a spokesperson, you're going to be able to attract those as you work up through that pyramid of publicity. Okay, so you want to be able to identify that you're an expert in these topics in order to land some of these publicity spots. So I don't care if you're an educator, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a real estate broker, if you're a podcaster, if you have products to sell, if you have an online store, if you're an author right now or a speaker, whatever it is, you may be a business owner and you want to show that you're an expert in whatever business that you're in, promoting a particular service. Maybe you're a coach in some type of field, or you're promoting a product that you know so well backwards and forwards, and you want to be an expert. You have to identify your expert topics right off the bat. So before you approach any media, you need to get very clear on exactly what it is that you want to be known for. We cannot be known for everything. What is your purpose? What is your passion? What do you want to be known for? What are your expert topics? So to do this, you need to ask yourself 3 questions. Okay? Is the topic specific? Get your topic specific. Many people know that I am an adverse recovery expert. They know my story. They know my background. They identify with me because of my story. So my topic is very specific. Number 3, is it something that you're really passionate about? You know, I'm passionate about helping others going through any type of grieving process. I'm very passionate about building confidence. I'm passionate about sharing other women with other women in order for them to gain success in their life. I love to put 2 women together that become friends and really collaborate with one another and help each other grow. I love that. I am passionate about that. Also, number 3, is there a widespread interest in your particular topic? So identifying you as an expert, is your topic specific? Is it something that you're very passionate about? And is there a widespread interest in that particular topic? You need to know the difference between a niche versus just a mainstream topic. because a niche is something that you're really good in, whereas a mainstream topic is really broad, and there could be a ton of people that have that particular interest. So I want you to write down a list of your expert topics. Think about them and whether they're classified as your niche or if they're just a mainstream topic. And go ahead and write 5. I said 3 to 5. Go ahead and write 5 of those. So you know the difference between the niche and the mainstream. So as you go through the areas of expertise and you're answering those 3 questions that I gave you, your topics are going to fall into 2 categories. They're either a niche or they're mainstream. So when you're developing your expert topic list, it's important to distinguish between the difference between mainstream and your niche. So make sure that you write those down. Now, I also want you, last but not least, I want you to develop a media list. So despite what you may have heard, not all publicity is good publicity, and not all kinds of publicity will help you reach your goals. So it's really important to be strategic about approaching the right media, focusing on publicity that will help you reach your goals so that you can grow in your business. And as I mentioned in step 1, you really need to get clear on what your goals are so that you can get clear on which media opportunities that you want to work towards, because we may not all be working on that same pyramid path at the same exact time. So I'm just going to give you an example. If your goal is to build your email list, then guest posts are the great way to do it. We talked about that. However, once you're ready to gain mainstream credibility and reach the masses, you may want to focus on magazine and TV opportunities. That's okay. You can go that route. Once you know what type of media you want to pursue, you're going to need to figure out which media outlets are the right ones for you to target. So which podcasts do you want to target? Which blogs, magazines do you want to pitch to? Ask yourself, what specific media outlet is your ideal customer watching, reading, or listening to? You got me? What is your main customer doing? What are they watching? What are they reading? And what podcast are they listening to? Those are the media outlets that you need to get featured in, because these are the ones that are going to allow you to speak directly to the exact audience you are trying to reach in the first place. These people, there are people out there that are going to resonate with your message and your products, subscribe and share and feature you right off the bat, because you're speaking to people that already want what you have to offer, right? So think about that. You want to go where your customers are. So if you want to get featured on personal development blogs, you can simply search online. Search online, top personal development blogs /podcast. And you may even put the year in so that you get the most up-to-date results. You may have heard some of the big names like Life Hack, Elite Daily, and I mentioned before Mind Body Green. However, these are very big personal development blogs out there that you may not even know about, but they still have a very, very large audience. So go through those results and choose the ones that you think you would be a good fit for. And then again, I want you to take action right here. I want you to write down 5 media outlets that you come across in your research that you believe it would be worth it for you to pitch to. Okay, so write those down right now. And then I want you can also do like a survey of your audience if you already have an email list. This is a great way to understand where some of your target audience hangs out online and what their favorite websites, blogs, podcasts, and TV shows actually are, the best way to do this would be just to ask them in an email or a newsletter, share maybe a survey link, or post polls on your social media profiles. If you don't have an email list, you can do a poll on social media and find out where your customers hang out. What do they listen to? What are they watching? Take some action right now. I want you, if you can choose to carry out a survey or some type of poll, I want you to write down what your findings are. What did you discover during that email, newsletter, or just a poll that you did on social media? Because that's going to come into play later. I want you to really find out too where your thought leaders are in your industry and the people that you admire that are in your same niche. Where are they guest posting? Where are they being interviewed? Those outlets could be beneficial to you too, because they attract a similar audience as you do, right? So your last action here is going to be to make a list of just a few thought leaders that are in your same industry. Think of the individual businesses whose email list you're subscribed to right now, or whose books, blogs, or podcasts that you listen to. Do some research to find out where these guest posts are from these individuals. Where are they guest posting? And where have they been interviewed? Who's been interviewing them? Where have they been featured? Or look for a media list on their particular website. A lot of times they will post where they've been seen on their website. Now, these are your individual thought leaders that are in your niche and your industry. So I want you to write down around probably 5 or 6 of those, and then off to the side, make a list of the media outlets they have been featured in. Where are they being guest? And this is where you're going to do your pitching. Make sure when you're pitching, you are adding value. You want to make sure that you're timely and relevant to the right now when you're pitching. And you also want to be memorable. So you want to have a strong emotional response and maybe start a conversation or even a debate that's in your particular niche. This is how you're going to pitch to those same outlets that some of the big thought leaders that you admire are pitching to as well. Right? So network, relationships, health topics, there are a ton. So I want you to write all of those down as well. And guys, listen, there are a lot of ways that you can come up with story ideas. There are things that you can do. You can do instructional post, how to type post, why post, offer different perspectives on particular products and or particular brands. There are a lot of things that you can do to gain attention into your business right now. You can even write that. The one thing post. So just write an opposite to a list post. So this would be types of posts that really dive deep into the number one thing that readers need to know about a particular topic. And you are so knowledgeable in that topic, whether it be real estate or education or coaching and whatever it is. I don't know, how to build a cabinet. It can be anything. You need to be able to get that attention from media and get your attention with publicity and that media in order to expand your brand and make your business successful. So I hope this really helped you today, guys. I know there's a lot of time that we have on our hands right now being quarantined and there's nowhere to go because, my nails are falling off, my roots are gray, and I think I'm down to maybe 3 or 4 eyelashes at this point. But there are so many things that we can be doing to build our businesses and our brands and just expanding professionally and personally, spiritually, financially in our lives right now while we're at home and we have so much time. And I'll tell you, if you haven't done your vision board, I'm preaching it. I'm going to preach it one more time. Do that vision board, put it in front of you in your office, put it somewhere that you see it every day so you can bring those images into life for you. So you can meditate on those and you can really look at those images and think about them, because we are who we say we are. We are who we think we are. And the vision board's really going to help you as well to get there. So I hope this helped you in building your brands. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I love getting all of your emails. You can send emails to info@sherryricard.com, and I will make sure that I answer your email. I do have team members that check my emails and they send them to me to make sure that I've gone through everyone and that I haven't missed. And you can also follow me on social media, Real Girl Talk Podcast on Instagram as well as Facebook. And I put a lot of information there. I do stories every day because I think it's really important that everybody sees kind of behind the scenes of what everyone's doing in their lives. And I usually do inspirational shout outs, and I love to put inspirational posts out there as well as information of what's going on right now in our world. And we're all a little nervous. We're all a little scared. We don't know what direction the coronavirus is going to take. We don't know if this is going to expand past April 30th. But in the meantime, guys, take this opportunity to make the most out of it. And I hope today I was able to help you just a little bit grow professionally and personally in your life. And until next week, I hope you have a blessed day.